everyone, and welcome back to another episode of A Magic You. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here on this beautiful Monday. In today's episode, we are going to be discussing gratitude through the BS. I'm really excited to talk about this. I'm kind of on a little bit of a time crunch, so I'm going to do my best to get as much of my thoughts out there and onto the episode. But before we get started, I wanted to do a little recap of life. So I'm going to be super straight up, upfront, honest. I've had a hell of a fucking week. And excuse my language, but it has been just a really crazy, chaotic, busy week. I'm really pumped to be recording this, and I'm about to leave to go pick up my parents from the airport. So basically, I made it through all the hurdles this week had to throw at me. Sunday, I dropped off Ty at the airport. That same day, I had to learn how to figure out and learn how to use a drill. Now, do I know how to use one? Yes, but have I ever had to put a drill bit into the drill? No, usually Ty has that ready for me to use. So with the whole building and all of our changes that we have coming up, we had to put a sign up front that was mandated with the process that we're going through. When I was driving back from the airport, the sign was down. So I immediately knew I had to figure out how to get the stakes back in the ground and put it back up. Thankfully, I called my dad. He helped me out over FaceTime, and I'm going to be honest again, it did not last. It's fallen like every single day, but I'm going to go pick up my parents soon, so I'm going to have my dad fix it, and it's just perfect timing. I don't even care. I did what I could, and I tried my best. But it was a learning experience, and I now know how to use a drill on my own and change out the drill bits and stuff like that. So I feel pretty empowered through all of the struggle that life, likes to throw at you as soon as there's a little bit of change. It's definitely to help you grow and just to make you stronger. And I kept telling myself that this whole entire week. Monday, I had kind of a crappy day at work. I had some no-shows, and it was just craziness from the start. So I just had to take a lot of deep breaths to get through it. And then Tuesday, I had my class in New Jersey for mapping, brows, and that was a really great class. With Tuesday, I had to drive myself up to northern New Jersey, up by New York. I've been driving for 10 years, but Ty is my driver pretty much all of the time. The last time I went to this class at this location, Ty drove, and he was even like, F these drivers, F the roads here. Like, they're just very confusing. You don't get enough time to know where you're going to go. And it's already stressful when you don't know where you're going or you're not familiar with the area. So as soon as I crossed the Delaware Bridge into Jersey, it was good. I was on the highway, cruising, coasting in my new car, and it was fine. But I gave myself an hour to a buffer time, just in case there was traffic or, anything I needed to stop. I do not like running late, and I just like to have all my ducks in a row and be on time. I don't like to be stressed. So although I gave myself an hour, there was, of course, an accident. I had to do detours. I was very confused. My Easy Pass was not working, and that was just a huge inconvenience. So I'm going to have to deal with that. But it was hectic. There, people it was rush hour. People were trying to get to work, and a lot of people are heading into New York City, and I'm just trying to make it to my class at 10 a.m. I was supposed to get there at 9:12. I actually didn't even make it to the parking lot until 9:50, and I had taken my clothes to change into in the car because it was an all-white theme. And I was like, you know what? I might stain my clothes. Let me not. So I'm going to change there. I'm going to have enough time. Well, I ended up starting to change in the car as I'm stuck in traffic. And it was just so crazy. My anxiety was through the roof, guys. And I didn't even have caffeine because I haven't had caffeine in the last 2 weeks because I've just been so anxious. And the class was so incredible though. So once I made it safe, the class was incredible and the drive home was much, much easier. So with that, I am so, so thankful, and I had so much gratitude to make it there on time, because I really don't drive long distances anymore unless they're like straight shots. If I'm driving home to Illinois, that's like a pretty easy drive, but it's like all the turns and mergings, the easy pass lanes, and then like they loop around into each other over in Jersey, and it's just very chaotic. I will probably have to go there again and it'll be fine, but like, yeah, I made it through it. After I was able to kind of calm down a bit, I had some tea when I was in class, and I was just so, so grateful to be there because I actually snagged a seat in less than like a minute. All the spots were taken on when they were posted on Instagram. This is a very popular class, and not only that, it was a refresher for previous students, and there was only like 8 seats available. Tamina has thousands of followers, and I snagged a spot. So I am so grateful for that, and I was grateful to be in the class. I'm grateful to have made some new friends in the permanent makeup industry, because the industry can be very, very lonely, and I don't have anyone in Delaware that I'm close with that I can bounce ideas off of, ask questions. And sometimes in the beauty industry, it's so gatekeepy. Nobody wants to tell anyone anything, and it's just so annoying. So to be able to make some friends that are just a few hours away, or nice enough that I can like message, they can message me, just be friendly. It was awesome, and I learned so much. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday rolled around, and at 10 a.m. I had a meeting with the city. It went great. I thought it was going to last a lot longer. I was only there for 20 minutes, and then I was able to run back to work, start payroll before my shift started. So Wednesday was pretty all right, and then today I took Penny to the vet, and I was cleaning because I'm going to be picking up my parents, so I was cleaning the house, getting everything ready. It's just been so chaotic without Ty, and I'm really thankful that I've made it to today because I'm ready to relax, and I wanted to record this before my parents got here because I really don't want to be on my phone, let alone talking, because I want to be talking to them. So I wanted to get this out there now. This weekend, I plan to take my parents to a car show, go get ice cream at my favorite ice cream spot in Delaware, and it's called Vanderweeden. I hope I pronounced it correctly. It's in southern Delaware, an hour away from where I live. So worth it. I am lactose intolerant. I will take enzymes before I go. I will suffer if I have to. This ice cream is phenomenal. Absolutely the best ice cream in the world that I've ever had. So I'm just excited to be with them in their presence, and I honestly want to cry right now because it's been such a hell of a week. It's been such a crazy week, and I'm just so ready to go pick them up. And being far away from family really sucks. So days like today, when I actually get to see them and have them here for a few days, I just try to soak it up as much as possible. I really feel like when life gets like this crazy, because it happens kind of often, my family really pulls through, and I'm able to see them for a few days, whether it had been a planned thing or we go there back home to Illinois and I visit them. I kind of just prepare myself for a hurdle of obstacles, because I believe God sends them when I need them and when I need that support, because they're so far. So I'm really needing them now, and I'm so blessed and thankful that they're going to be here so soon. But moving on into the episode, wiping my tears away because, oh my god, gratitude through the BS. What made me think of this? So this thought actually came to my head a couple months ago when my car broke down as I was driving Ty back from his appointment. So that was such a scary experience, and I am so thankful that nothing happened to us, that the tire rod snapped when we were about to move onto the highway, but we weren't there yet. And it was the perfect placement. We were able to get back into a parking lot. We were able to call for help. And the car is fine now, and Ty fixed it. But the whole time that day, instead of being pissed off or annoyed or mad because, I had to move clients, I was going to be late to work, you could be so mad when things like this happen. Inconvenience is so big. I was going to have to pay for new parts. Again, thankfully, Ty is very handy and he fixed it, so I lucked out on having to pay for a mechanic or anything like that. But times like that where things get so frustrating, obstacles come up, you have to figure out what the hell to do. It's easy to get mad. It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to just feel like, what the hell? Why is this happening to me? The why me? You start to put yourself in a victim mentality, and that's wrong. It's wrong because it's only going to bring more negativity into your life. So when that happened, I was taking a deep breath and all I could think of was, wow, like someone was really watching over us, because not only was it a scary, foggy morning, but we had me, Penny, and Ty in the car. Like, we could have been seriously injured. The car, that could have happened while we were driving, and who knows what would have happened. So all I was thinking of was how thankful I was that although it did happen, where it happened, the timing, it couldn't have been better, and we were all okay. So gratitude through the BS, and all day that's what I thought of. At the end of the day, all I had was gratitude to be alive, to be well, that my husband was okay, my pup was okay. Thankful that I have great friends here that are so supportive and came and rescued us, because again, we have no family here. So to have a support system like that is so incredible. And Brooke, if you're listening to this, I love you so much. I'm just really emotional tonight, guys. But yes, like you just have to express all your gratitude when you feel it. Don't hold back. The more you think of shitty situations and just think of how crappy they are, why me, oh my God, just the more you're gonna get, because negativity attracts negativity, positivity attracts positivity, and if you are positive and spread positivity, you can change other people's outlook on life. You can change the way they're thinking. So if you think of a time where maybe you remember that you were just so mad, and maybe you think, I should have been thankful, I should have taken a step back, and you realize, the good in what happened now, that's a good thing. That's a step forward into changing your mindset, changing the perspective you have on life. If you are not sure what gratitude is a feeling of appreciation or thankfulness for something or someone that is valuable or meaningful. It can be literally anything, a gift, someone helping you, an act of kindness. It can be an experience. It can be the simplest of things, like feeling the cool breeze on a hot summer day. Gratitude is something that should be practiced. If you don't try to be grateful, or you don't, start changing your mindset, it can be a little trickier, but it is something that is possible and will absolutely change your life, your mindset, the way you see the world, the way you see situations, and it'll help your perspective, as well as just not be as sad or upset and angry when just inconvenient things happen or the worst of things happen, because sometimes things happen for a reason, even if we don't know that reason at that moment. Practicing gratitude can help you feel more positive throughout every day. It'll boost your mood, brighten your outlook, which will also resonate with other people. It will spread to other people. Have you ever been around someone and they don't have to say a single word, but you can just feel the negativity on their energy? You can just feel they're just angry. They hold so much anger, the tension, like you can feel it. But then there's also those people that are so happy and grateful and just happy to be alive, and it spreads. On my second deployment, there was an OCN, and his nickname was Happy. He was an older gentleman that was from India, and he was working the recycling on the base, picking up all the trash, and he was funny, and he was so happy. Every single morning at 4 a.m. when I had to pull up to work, pull up as in walk, and then drive a car around and follow them, but never did it fail that he always had a smile on his face, regardless of the day, if it was rainy, if it was just a crappy day. He was always just so happy, and I would see that and I would think, he's working every single day. I think maybe they got one day off, but they were working long shifts as well. And he's sending money back to India. He's trying to retire. He wants to go back home, but every day he has a smile on his face. And he would get cardboard out of like these recycling bins and write on them. And he just brought so much joy to that deployment for me. He was for sure someone that was very meaningful to me. He actually gifted me a gold ring, which shocked me, and we weren't supposed to be taking any gifts from them, but I couldn't say no. He was like in his 70s. He was the sweetest man. And even if there was a language barrier between the two of us, like, we just knew that, like, we were spreading joy. I truly believe also that it's people who don't have as much are grateful for everything. And it's not about the stuff that we have. It's about being thankful for what you have. Every day I pray over the food I eat, and I pray for those who don't have food, and for those who may be lost to be found, things like that. And every day I'm grateful for what I have. And I think that that could be taken for granted a lot if you don't practice gratitude. You go day to day, maybe it's like a mundane, you're just in the groove of things, you're doing the hamster wheel, you wake up, brush your teeth, go to work, do whatever, go to the gym, come home, go to sleep. But when are you thinking of, wow, I got to go to the gym today, I had the opportunity to do that, I was able to get into a vehicle that drove me to work where I'm going to make money to feed myself, to feed, if you have pets, if you have kids, your family. It's a lot more of just being thankful for those things that are taken for granted. A way you can practice gratitude is by journaling. My absolute favorite. Does not have to be every single day. It can be as often as you're able to, once a week. I love, if I'm not able to journal every day or as often as I like, I absolutely love doing recaps of my week or my month. And I typically take pictures of, whatever I feel like is important. So I will scroll through my phone, look at pictures, and just write down what I took pictures of, and then that will start bringing my memory back. You can write a list of things you're absolutely grateful for. It could be the simplest of things, like waking up in the morning, your cup of coffee, to getting a promotion and feeling super grateful for that, as well as buying a new car, buying a new house, starting a new job, starting school. You could be grateful to have terminated a toxic relationship and grateful that you now feel more alive, you feel lighter. There's so much to be grateful for, and I truly don't think that there's anything wrong unless you are somehow grateful for someone else's pain. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I actually just got a call from my sister bestie, Kaylin, and she was just calling me to tell me how grateful she was, how crazy that she's up in northern PA, and she called me because she can see the northern lights, and she sent me some pictures, and she was just like, oh my God, I'm getting emotional, and I'm just so grateful, and how wild. Synchronicities happen all the time. But just as simple as that, being grateful that you can see the lights, being grateful you can see the stars outside. Just, I don't know, express your gratitude as much as you can. Take a seat, take a step back, take time for you, take deep breaths, and just think about all that you have, all that you can be grateful for, your health, your sight, your being able to speak, being able to breathe another day. There's so much that we all take for granted. And the more you start to express your gratitude for the littlest of things, the more thankful and the more you will receive, whether that be happiness. It doesn't mean stuff. It doesn't mean money. It could just be being thankful for more things, or you're opening your eyes to things you may have not seen before. Life is always going to throw curveballs at us. It's always going to have obstacles for us to overcome. But at the end of the day, it's trying to find the good in those obstacles, those challenges that we face, that we did overcome. All it is to make you stronger, to help you grow, to push you forward into your next chapter. So the next time you are going through the biggest BS, take a deep breath. It'll pass, but find something to be grateful for in that moment. Over the next few days, weeks, months, I want you to start trying to incorporate more gratitude into your life and just see how it changes you. See how it makes you feel. I really think it'll only help you feel better. I don't think I've ever heard someone say, I've been writing down everything I'm thankful for and I feel like shit. No, it's gonna make you feel so good and just so thankful. I'm incredibly thankful for so much. And every day in the morning, I wake up and I'm thankful for another day. And it starts there. It starts with today's a good day because you get to decide what kind of day you're going to have. You get to decide what you're going to do. And if you don't get to decide, you get to decide how you feel. It's all about mindset, guys. Everything is. And I have to wrap this up pretty short. If I'm able to, I'll try and maybe record a little bit more throughout the weekend if I'm able to. But if not, I'm really happy with this episode. And I hope you can try and incorporate more gratitude into your life, more mindfulness. Take time for you. Take time to journal. Take time to listen to the birds on a walk and go outside and look at the stars. Hopefully you can see some northern lights as well. And just express your thankfulness and gratitude to others because that'll just spread more and more kindness and more happiness and more joy. And this world needs a lot more of that. So I wish you such a beautiful, beautiful week. You have the ability to make all your dreams come true. You have so much magic and potential in you. And I hope that this podcast helps you. It resonates. If it does, please send it to your friends, your family, whoever it is. Leave a review on Apple Podcast. Send me a message on the link below in the description. And yeah, have a blessed, beautiful week. I'm so grateful to have you here listening. Bye, guys.